Hello everybody, Skin Deep Beauty Vlogger here. I hope you're all really well. Today I'm going to show you how to recreate this dramatic but glamorous smoky navy eye, which will be great for the party season. Although it's a classic look, going for a smoky eye can be a bit overwhelming if you're not accustomed to wearing makeup, and particularly the thought of wearing blue on your eyes may be a bit, oh no, I don't want to do that, that's really 80s and horrible, but I think it looks really pretty and just a little bit different to the classic smoky eye. I'm not a makeup artist, as you all know, so I don't want anyone to think like, oh, who does she think she is, trying to do a tutorial, she doesn't know what she's doing. All I know is that because I'm not a makeup artist, then hopefully I can show you that this is a really easy look to recreate, even if you haven't been professionally trained. So that's why I thought that I would do this video. If you'd like to see more tutorials, then let me know. I've never really done them before, so I'm intrigued to see how this video is received. So without further ado, if you'd like to know how to achieve this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so I've just pulled my hair back, and all I've done so far is my base, and I've contoured, put my highlight on, and I've just popped on a little bit of MAC Modesty lipstick. The eyes are going to be quite dramatic, so I want to keep everything else as plain as possible. As always, I'm going to start off by applying my Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I could not be without this. This is the original one. And I've got my mirror here, so I'm going to be looking over in this direction quite a bit. Okay, so once that's on, I'm going to apply some MAC Blackground paint pot. I absolutely love this. Even though I use it all the time when I'm creating a smoky eye, it's still sort of barely touched. It's so highly pigmented, and it's a great base for a smoky eye. You could probably get away without the primer potion first, but I find that if I don't use the primer potion underneath the paint pots, they crease on me. But I believe that that's quite unusual. I've never really heard anybody else saying that. So I'm just going to apply this with my finger. I'm never sort of too neat when I do a smoky eye. I think it's almost like quite cool if it's not too perfect. And I'm just taking that all over the lid, and I'm just sort of stopping short of the inner corner, just because I want to keep that bit quite light, as in light colour. Stop me looking too exhausted. So that's just a thin wash all over the lid. And as I said, it's not too perfect. I mean, if you wanted to create a really quick smoky look, you could be a little bit neater and just use this, maybe we're applying it with a brush. But I'm just going to create a little bit more depth of colour. So to recreate some impactful colour, not only will this base help to really make the eyes pop, it also adds a slightly different texture and, as I said, just some more depth. Next I'm going to take just a flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to be using the L'Oreal colour Infallible, and this is in 006 All Night Blue. I've got quite a few sort of shades that I could use for a smoky look, but I like this one because it's a really vibrant blue, and also because it's just probably the most readily available. If you're not familiar with these, it just comes, you have to keep this little sort of press in there because it's a very tightly packed loose powder. I'm going to take that on the brush, tap off any excess, and I'm going to press it onto the eye. Again, I'm not being sort of really neat because we're going to blend it all out in a minute anyway, and as I said, I don't think it I think it looks a bit cooler if it's not 100% perfect. Now, you could wing this out, but I'm just applying it literally over the lid, taking it up a little bit higher maybe, but I want it to be quite a rounded eye, so I'm not going to be creating a winged effect and just sort of keeping it rounded. I don't know if I'm explaining that very well, but I'm just keeping it over the eye itself. And I'm really packing on that colour. I really want it to be nice and vibrant. These are very long wearing, these L'Oreal Infallible shadows anyway. So it's not so much to make it last longer. And I've got my primer potion on anyway that will do that for me. Next up, I'm going to take the smallest brush in the world. This is the little Real Techniques accent brush, which I love. This is featured in one of my favourites videos before. And I'm just going to take a little bit of the shadow, again, the same colour. Again, tapping it off. And I'm going to run this underneath the eye. And I'm starting on the outside corner, just so that that's where the majority of the shadow falls. Even though I'm taking it quite far in, it's sort of fading in as I get closer into the inside corner. And again, I'm just stopping short of the inner corner because I really want that to be kept nice and light. This is just the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush, but I think everybody uses it for concealer, and this has still just got a bit of the concealer on from when I did my base. So I'm just wiping away that fallout. I mean, if you find that this is a problem, you can just put a tissue underneath as you apply. Okay. So you can see the look is starting to come together. I'm just going to grab a blending brush. This is just a really cheap e.l.f. Essentials one. I think it was like £1.50. And I'm literally, it's just clean, and I'm just going to go back and forth just to soften that line. Okay, so once that's nicely blended, I'm going to take my Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Shadow, and this is in the shade Galaxy, which apparently, number 9, which apparently Cheryl Cole is a fan of. It looks like this. You can see that it's well loved. And again, I'm just going to use my fingers to apply, and I put this literally just over my pupil, right in the centre, just a dot. And I always seem to use my little finger for this, just because it's quite precise then. And then I just sort of blend it pretty much with my finger. I sort of switch between the finger that's got the cream shadow on and then just my clean finger, just to sort of make sure it's nicely blended. These Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream shadows, they really do live up to the name. They're nice and long wearing, really pigmented. I really want to get some more, I love them. Okay, so what that does is it just adds, again, an extra dimension because you've got a metallic sort of cream finish there, and it's just above your pupil, so it really makes the eyes pop. And this is a trick that I use pretty much every time I do a smoky eye. Now I'm going to go in with my eyeliner, and I'm using the NARS Larger Than Life Longwear eyeliner, and this is in the shade Via Veneto, which is their black version. It looks like this. And I'm going to go all along my waterline. Look away now if you're squeamish, because I hate watching people do this. Not only are these NARS liners long wearing, which makes them good to use on the waterline, they also quite creamy so they don't drag, because it's a really sensitive area. You can see that that really adds to the dramatic effect. I'm just going to take a little bit along my upper lash line, not the tight line, just as close as I can get to the lashes. You probably won't even be able to see it. It's more, I think this is more just habit, to be honest. I'm just doing that in the outer corners. I'm going to pop some false eyelashes on now. You could of course skip this step, but I just think that it really adds some extra drama. Okay, so you can see what I mean, they really do add some drama. I forgot to show you, the ones that I was using was the e.l.f. Natural Lash Kit, which I really like, and it's really cheap, so it doesn't really matter if you sort of trash them on a night out and throw them away after one use. The glue in this is rubbish, so I've just used some Duo Lash Glue, which is fantastic. Now I wanted to wait until those were on before applying my highlight colour, which I'm just going to use a little sort of pencil point brush for. And I'm using this colour here from my MAC palette, which is called Phloof. It's a really fantastic highlight and you barely need any, it's so pigmented. So I'm just going to pop that in my inner corner. As I've been repeatedly saying, I really want this area to be nice and light. I'm just using the point of that pencil brush to apply that. And then I'm just going to take the side of the brush and use that to highlight just under the arch, just along the brow bone. Again, just, even though it's a dramatic look, I still want to keep some light around the area. I'm just going to finish off with some mascara just to fuse my natural lashes with the falsies, and I'm using the Outrageous Volume Dramatic Volume Mascara from Sephora. I picked this up in the summer in my haul. I haven't been using it since then, but I don't really like it that much. The brush is a bit too big to make it sort of easy to work with, but I've got it, so I'm going to use it up. Bring that through the lashes. A little bit on the bottom as well. I don't like to put too much on the bottom when I've got false eyelashes on, because I think it can look a little bit too retro. And I'm ready to go. I really hope that you found this useful, and if you recreate this, then do tweet me a picture. My Twitter is in the bar below, and I'd love to hear your comments and any feedback on what you think of this look. If you'd like to see more tutorials, do let me know. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed and if you enjoyed this, then please do so, and I'll see you all soon. Have a great day. Bye.